Welcome back, folks. My name's Antony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. Today I thought I'd take an opportunity. It's not many times I've got a T3, T4 and T5 in stock. The T5 is going to its new home shortly, so I thought take the opportunity to show you the evolution of VW doing what they do best. A VW camper van conversion. This particular one is a 1991 vintage 1.6 diesel, and it's the Trident, so it has the fiberglass high top. That's a 1.6 diesel. This is one of the very last, one of my favourites. I'm a T4 man, but we'll discuss that further on, and your comments are welcome down below in the comment section. This is a T4. This is 2003 2.5 turbo diesel, one of the run-out models. This is the LE, the luxury extra model. It's got all the bits and bobs that you could ask for in 2003. Twin airbags, air conditioning, power steering. We'll come to that in further detail shortly. And we've got a 2005 1.9 turbo diesel T5 Trident. Just incidentally, the Trooper, this is the Trooper model, and this has a pop top, but it has a side fixed metal pop top, quite unusual. I think there's only Autosleeper doing this particular. Most people are either fixed fiberglass body or a pop top with a cloth sides, but the Trooper rather, by Autosleepers, has folding metal sides. Very easy mechanism. So we'll have a little flyover by Dennis the drone shortly, and I'll have the roof erected. Okay, let's start with the T25. There's another bone of contention. Some people call it the T25, some people call it the T3. I've never really got to the bottom of it, but it clearly is the T3 that followed on from the T2, which was nicknamed the bay window, and the T1, which was famously the splitty. These are just absolutely fabulous. I think this has only had about 4 owners in the 31 years history. It's just testament to build quality. Look at that wooden interior. It's definitely stood the test of time. It's got the tried and tested rock and roll bed with the side kitchen that you can see that goes all the way through the T4 and the T5s, even on the T6s now. T6 is a few and far between, a very expensive conversion, but they are out there, particularly the Topaz long wheelbase with a rear wet room and toilet. But yeah, it's got the tried and tested rock and roll bed. It's got 2 rear seat belts on your lap belts in this year. You've got the front captain swivel passenger seat, and as you can see, you've got the kitchen, 2 burner gas hob, 3-way fridge. Incidentally, this will be going on sale shortly, and everything just works. It's fantastic. The fixed high top, but I'll get into that with the camera a little bit later on. You won't be winning any races with this. It's got the 1.6 turbo diesel in the rear. It's just underneath there, but I've actually driven this over 200 miles, getting up to 65. In fact, places I was touching 70 mile an hour on the motorway. It'll certainly get it up there. You won't be winning any races to get there, but it'll cruise longly in the middle lane all day long. Wardrobe. You got the bike rack. That must have been some kit in its day. 31 years young. You've got the fiberglass body upstairs. You've got a roof railing, so you've got storage area up there. On here you've got the plug for the 3-way mains. You've got an underslung water tank. You've got the exhaust vent for the fridge, fuel, and the famous large T3 steering wheel. Again, no power steering, but with this large steering wheel, it's fine. Just at the very low speeds, parking in a tight spot, you need 2 hands on the steering wheel. You soon get used to it. But there is a lot of aftermarket power steering kits, particularly a very good electric kit. So it's an electric kit that fits on the bottom of the steering wheel, as it were, and that, if you wished to take that conversion on. But I know a lot of T3 owners are doing that. Some people like the power steering feel, some people like the purists like the feel that it came out the factory. I'm probably one of the latter. I like to have it untouched, unmolested, and just as it come out the factory. Okay, so there's no right or wrong answer. This is a thing for discussion. You're quite welcome with the comments down below. I particularly am a T4 man. I think it's got the fine balance between the drivability, the comfort, the speed. You've still got the charm, I feel, but I do know a lot of people will not have a T4. They like the charm of the T3. Equally, some people want the later T5s. I'm a T4 man. I'm well known for them. In my eyes, Autosleepers, the decade was 1995 to 2005. That's when I feel they hit the floor running. They had everything off, they'd sorted any little foibles out, and they had everything just right, and the build quality was there. But again, that's the beauty of motorhomes and campervans. There's no right or wrong. You might feel like you want an older one with a bit more charm. Even the people that go all the way back to a bay window or a Type 1 Spitty, or you might want the later comforts of a T5 and T6. Isn't it a wonderful world that we all see it differently? Okay, so this is one of my favourites. As I say, personally, this is a 2003 Trooper. This is a very late run-out model. VW Autosleeper finished the T4s in 2002, but the Autosleeper famously bought a load of these, stockpiled them, because certain configurations, the monocoque body, they couldn't get to fit on the T5s. And this is particularly one of the very latest, the T4 2004. It's the Trooper, it's the LE model, luxury extra. So as I say, it's got alloy wheels, power steering, air conditioning, twin airbags, remote central locking, loads of bits and bobs that was quite unique for a 2003 vehicle in its day. Okay, so it's got the Fiorma F45 awning. As I discussed, it's got the pop top here. So all we do is, these are two override safety clips. So we just unclip those to either side. Inside at the front and the back, it's got two clips, and then you just push the roof up and the four boards just come into place. I'll show you that shortly after Dennis has had a fly round. Okay, so yes, it's got the passenger captain swivel seat. Look at that, that is just beautiful. Everything is just right. Again, the tried and tested formula, rock and roll bed. This being a T4 has got the 3-point seat belts, so you've got 4 forward facing travelling seats with seat belts, 3-way fridge of course, 2 burner gas hob, cold running water, plenty of storage, and the famous wooden fixtures and fittings by Autosleeper. Lots of little details that they just hit right, I feel. Just coming, everything is just fitted perfectly. We've got the small table there clipped into its place. We've got extra legs, they've all got an area to live in, so there's no rattles or shakes when you're driving. You've got an extra leg there that fits here, so you can have a front swivel table at the front for the front passenger captain seat, or behind the driver's seat there's actually a very large wooden table, and that's in the same finish, and that goes into the floor there, and then you've got a large table to dine in. All matching over carpets, upholstery, lino floor. This particular one's got a tow bar and single socket electrics, and again the same formula, a little mini wardrobe which is accessible from the rear as well as the front side. You've got the bottle in there, the tank for your LPG gas bottle. You can remove this shelf and you can sit on that. So this particular one is completely stock bar. The last owner has added rear parking sensors to the rear bumper below and side running boards. So side running boards, they can easily be removed if you want it back to stock. Freshwater inlet, mains, electricity, exhaust vents for the fridge. Even got electric mirrors, twin electric mirrors. Yeah, it's beautiful, it really is. Very desirable model. Okay, lastly and not leastly maybe, VW Autosleeper Trident, 2005 vintage with a fixed fiberglass high top. Again, these are well trusted in the industry. So just a slight modernisation. So we've got later feel trim, a lighter trim, and we've got, so we're moving away now from Autosleeper's famous wooden fixtures. So this is like a plastic effect. We've still got the same buttons and bezels. It's got lots of nice little features. Grill, 2-burner gas hob, cold running water, 3-way fridge. On this particular one, it's got, you get a couple of more boards and you can have 2+2, so you can have 2 people sleeping upstairs. Again, the rock and roll bed with 3-way seat belts. Again, the extra tables underneath, everything stored as it should be. You got the so on this one, instead of having the large table behind the driver's seat, you've got the large table in there, and below, let's have a look. Yes, you've got the small table. Again, this is the 1.9 diesel. So they do a 2-litre diesel in the T5 and the 2.5s. Both are okay, but I'm told in the industry that the 2-litre and the 2.5s can be a little bit troublesome with common rail diesel pumps and injectors and bits and bobs. This particular one is the 1.9 turbo diesel, and these are renowned for going around the clock. In fact, you can just see there's my own vehicle. That's a 2005 T5, 1.9 turbo diesel, the same engine. I think that's on about 260,000 miles. Yes, you heard correctly. 250,000 miles, and still going fine. No use of oil. Everything just works. There's no crunch on the gearbox. So it's just testament to VW's transporter chassis, but particular types of engines. So 250,000 miles and still going strong. Now coming back to the T5. So again, same trusted formula. Got a seat there. You can sit there in the summer if you wish with the tailgate up. You can actually, I know a lot of Trident customers get an awning to go on here, so they can have this up. Access to the wardrobe from here, or in the side, and again access to the LPG gas bottle. All the little accessories and space underneath. Same formula. Mains electricity inlet, fresh water tanks underneath, the vents for the fridge. This has got the later blinds, so it's got the concertina blinds instead of curtains or the pull-ups, but yeah, it's still got the concertina blinds, blackouts, as well as the fly nets. And yeah, so obviously with it being a later vehicle, you've got a little bit more features. The gearbox and the clutch feels a little bit smoother because you've got the dual mass flywheel effect. Very good, very nice to drive, but unfortunately very expensive if it goes wrong. Electric windows, electric mirrors, yeah, all the later features. Okay then, so let's have a little fly round and we'll get this roof on the T4 erected. Okay, Dennis? Thanks for that, Dennis. Quite a useful fly over there. So yes, as I was showing you, this is quite unique on pop-top Autosleeper, well, on pop-top camper vans as it were. It's an Autosleeper feature. I don't know whether they copyrighted it, because I haven't seen it on any other camper van. But you've got the 4 metal sides. These 2 on the side just fold in. The front and back concertina back and forth, so you don't have to worry about them. bring it to these two sides. They're clipped in the furthermost position. You can actually unclip them and lock them back into position with just a slight angle, and that'll give you a bit more breathing inside, maybe in the summer, folks. But yeah, it's just fantastic. In fact, this particular one has been so well designed. It's got a sliding bed upstairs. I like to call them a 2+2. There'll be no two adults sleeping upstairs. If we can just get the camera angle there. But this concertina's outwards, and you've either got room up there for storage, or two children will be excited to sleep up there. So I call them a team 2+2. So I'm glad you enjoyed, hopefully, this video of the T3, the T4 and the T5. Hopefully shortly I'll have a T6 in stock and I can show you the evolution further on. I'm well known for my love of Autosleepers. There's some more in stock there. So there's a couple of my favourites. There's an Autosleeper Clubman 97. We've got a 2005 Gatcomb just arrived. That's a 99 Palenza and a 96. Which model is that? That might be a Palenza as well, but with the monocoque bodies. But they just really do stand the test of time. So thanks for watching that. You'd be happy to visit me at camperNerd.com, or your comments are welcome down below. I'll catch you on that next video, folks.